Okay, so I guess you're from Sulphur Springs.
Yep, from East Texas, born and raised there.
Okay, and then did you start firefighting in Sulphur Springs or anything, or did you just jump to Rockwall?
I actually started at a place called Hopkins County. Sulphur Springs is the city seat for the county there, but I started for the county department as a volunteer, moved to a paid position, stayed there for almost 5 years, and then worked part-time for the city of Sulphur Springs also for their fire department.
So how long you been at Rockwall?
I've been there almost 6 years.
Okay, and I guess how'd you get into lifting, training?
Oh, I mean, really, it all started with like football workouts. I was more entertained and had more fun chasing big numbers and things with the football workouts. And then I started powerlifting in my high school time. And then I just really fell in love with chasing those numbers. But I enjoyed weightlifting a lot more than I enjoyed football. So I kind of moved towards doing that, especially my senior year. That's what I just did predominantly was powerlift.
I got you. So, and is that what the contest was all about, powerlifting, or was there other stuff?
So strongman's a different format. The reason I didn't pick strongman or did pick powerlifting whenever I got a lot older was because powerlifting is essentially 3 lifts you do over and over and over again. And this seems to me like a nice way that get an overuse injury or have problems with. But I wanted to be more, I guess, in a way functional, especially for firefighting. But strongman incorporates a lot of things like lifting heavy implements up to your chest or to your shoulder and dragging them, moving them in any way possible. So that kind of applies more to the fire service, and that's why I decided I wanted to start doing strongman competitions instead of powerlifting.
Yeah, that whole thing makes sense.
Even just the idea of moving a human being from like a burning structure to a window is actually extremely hard to do if you've never tried and moved an implement that's just, let's just call it dead weight.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. And so, how did you get involved with the competition?
I wasn't able to attend a nationals competition that I had been able to apply for last year just because of work and other things I already had going on. And while I was looking around on the internet, I actually saw the Arnold Sports Festival put on a World's Strongest Firefighter contest, and I was like, that sounds really cool. So I sent in my application. They immediately, got me onboarded me with the process, and then I was just signed up. I got my days off for it. And I'd always wanted to go to the Arnold Sports Festival. It's been a dream of mine to compete at Arnold for a long time. So this was the opportunity.
Okay. What's the Arnold Sports Festival all about?
It's literally every sport you can imagine. We saw people there doing medieval time style, bashing each other with swords, wearing plate armor. There was Ninja Warrior course that was nearby to us. There was Highland Games there represented, also powerlifting, Olympic lifting. But the big part I enjoyed with all that is the strongman portion. So they had all the way up to the professional strongmen down to us, really, they just consider us the amateur level. But we had a great time.
Oh, okay. All right. So, what do you have to do to qualify for it? Just be good?
There were preliminary contests at the Arnold that you went to. There was 100 plus of us that had to compete for, I think, 18 spots total to get into the finals. So you went in, you had 4 contests that you had to do 4 events. And out of those 100 people, you had to be in the top 10 to qualify to go to the finals.
I see. All right. And then is it just a weekend thing or week or?
Pretty much. Yes, it was just Friday was essentially the rules meeting, or Thursday was the rules meeting, Friday was the prelim contest, and Saturday was the main finals on the big stage at the Arnold.
And was he there the whole time?
No, he only showed up at the end of the contest. I think he comes that last day and goes to all the big, like Arnold Classic stuff and goes and represents himself for the bodybuilding and likes to go around and promote things for people. But yeah, it was very unexpected. I don't know if he always shows up. I think that's just as it may happen kind of a case, but he showed up and it was awesome to get to meet.
That's really cool. He might be partial to the heavy weights thing. I don't know.
Yeah, he could be. There's no telling.
So did it surprise you that you won?
Man, once it happened and once I realized that it was over and I had solidified first place, my brain couldn't really think of anything else except just don't start crying on stage. Hold the emotion back for a little bit. We'll get past all this, but and then enjoy the moment, see the crowd, see the people that were on stage with me. It was emotional. I really enjoyed it, and no, it was very unexpected to be the winner.
So, like, what did you have to lift or drag or carry? You know, weights or anything like that, or how much stuff weighed?
Out of the 4 events, we did a deadlift. That was they called it the ambulance tire deadlift. Had tires on the bar. That amounted to 575 pounds for reps. You had a minute to do as many as possible. We did a sandbag carry where we had 3 sandbag implements ranging from 220, 250 pounds, 300 pounds that you had to walk down and back around the cone. There was also a lateral axe hold. You hold the axe out to your sides on both sides. Ours was 25 pounds a hand, and that was also for time. And then the final event was the hydrant load. That was 4 hydrants ranging from 175 to 250 pounds. You loaded on a 4-foot platform.
Wow. So, how long did you go with the axe handles? With the axes?
I think just under a minute. And it was one of the, I've done events like that before, and it was probably one of the most strict style I've ever had. That you had a very, very minute area where you could have your arms in.
Yeah, yeah. That's.
And I was in a minute 15, but got about a minute. But that's okay.
I guess your hands dropped a little bit, I guess.
Yeah.
So, does your wife make you carry in the groceries?
She does. But she likes to help too.
So, is she into that at all?
No, she's really just in it to support me and to be there for me for whatever I need. And I'm very lucky to have that.
You carry her around a lot?
No, the rule is that I'm not allowed to anymore after I think I bashed her knee into the door frame for the 4th time when we were much younger.
So pretty much the threshold, and then that's it.
Yeah, if there's any kind of obstacle in the way, it's a no-go. Yeah, so it was competitors from all over the world. We had multiple competitors from the Czech Republic. We had someone competing from Great Britain. We had someone, I think, out of Hungary. Those are just the ones I can remember off the top of my head. I also had Canada. There was multiple Canadian competitors. And then the majority of us were also from the United States.
I guess all these guys are firefighters, though, right?
Yes, everybody who applied and everybody who was allowed to compete had to be an active paid firefighter.
Oh, no volunteers here.
No, they did not have volunteers. I think it's because the pool gets so big, because the pool was very large this time. I think there was nearly 120 competitors for the prelim time, and they only have X amount of time to get us all through these events and things to figure out who's going to go to the finals.
Wow, is this something you're going to continue doing? Do it again next year?
Absolutely. My original goal is to make the amateur nationals, or worlds, I believe is what it is at the Arnold Sports Festival. It's amateur worlds. That's my goal, is to make that for the amateur series, because I'm intending to try to make it higher in the level of strongman. But if I don't happen to make that, I would very much go back and compete again as a firefighter. It was very cool, and the caliber of athletes was extremely high. It was definitely a hard fought competition. Some very strong and very athletic people showed up to that competition.
A lot of in shape folks, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Do you train every day?
I try to. I have to take a couple days off a week to rest and relax, but to me that's part of the training, because without recovery you can't get stronger, you can't get faster, you just get broken down, get hurt.
How old are you?
I'm 30.
Okay. Hey, you have kids?
No kids.
No kids, just you and the wife.
Yeah, just us traveling around.
Putting out fires in Rockwall.
That's it.
Yeah, did anybody else from Rockwall compete? Did you compete against anybody from East Texas?
Nobody from East Texas. I know there was at least one other person from Texas, and I'm not sure. I don't think he made the finals. I think he might have been from Abilene.
Okay, well, I guess that's pretty good then. So you take a little break, a little vacation, and then back to it next week?
Be back to the training next week.
All right, good deal. Okay, that'll work. Thanks a lot for talking with me.
Thanks so much.